Leo, and welcome to your 2021 reading. Let's look into your energy today for the sun, moon, and rising signs. If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising sign, you can look in the description box down below for a free site that will take you to what you need. If this reading does not resonate with you, remember that energies can be reversed, means that you can assign the roles any way you like. But stick around because there may be something in the reading that you need to hear. These messages are timeless, and that means that even if you were to listen to this message a year from now or 2 years from now, if God brought you here, it's because there's something in it for you, whether it's today or in the future. If this reading does not resonate with you, it just means that I'm not picking up on your specific energy at the time. If there are cards in here that you want to resonate with you, but they're just not yet, that's okay, because all you have to do is go to the video, What Are They Thinking About You, April 2021, and at the end of that video, it explains on how to raise your vibration in order to match the cards that you're looking at and that you're wanting to bring into your life. Because all of manifestation is in your hands anyway. So if there's things in here that you like, great, use it. If there's things in here that you don't like and it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. During this reading, the angels are bringing the Holy Fire Reiki energy to you. And at the end of this video, I will release the trapped emotions for your sign. I will let you know what essential oils and maybe even some crystals that can help maximize your energy. So check out the description box down below for all the details. If you like this reading or you were entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. This way you can get notified as soon as I post something new. So before we get started, what I'm going to do is talk about some major things that are going to be happening in June so that you can understand where we're going before we get into your actual reading. There's a new moon solar eclipse that's going to be happening on June 10th. We're going to talk about that. Also, Mercury Retrograde is going to be for the entire month of June. And then we just got out of a lunar eclipse, which you probably should be still feeling some of the effects from, which was really wild, crazy energy. So if you've been feeling off balance, that's why. I did a video about the lunar eclipse. That will be in the description box down below so that you can get some more information about that. And it's for all signs, so you can watch your sign or all of the signs. Doesn't really matter how you do it. It's going to be a very intense month from mid-May until the end of July. And that's just because of everything that's happening. But this month is very important for people because it's about changes. It's about surprises. It's about making the instability stable again. So eclipses, whether they are lunar or solar, the eclipses are very important because they make things appear, things that you didn't know before. Like for instance, there was a friend of mine who we went over her retirement for her. And she didn't realize how close she was to retirement because she just assumed that this pension was going to take care of her instead of realizing that she could have just taken that money out and put it in a Roth IRA, and then she could build up her own money for herself opposed to giving it to the pension. That when she passes, the pension takes your money. You know, they may take care of you while you're alive, but what happens to your family and that extra money, that extra growth? Right? She doesn't get the extra growth. The family would only get whatever she put in, which was very small compared to the growth, right? So that's what I'm saying. Something like that. You can get really big things that make sudden life changes for you, that make you go, you know, I really need to take a look at that again. And that's what's so important about the eclipse season, about the retrogrades. Please don't fear any of this stuff because it's the thing that you go, man, I wish I knew that, because if I would have known that, I would have made a different decision. And it really is it can be a very positive experience for you if you go into the mindset that way. Instead of the mindset of, oh my gosh, changes in my life, I think I'm done. You know what I mean? We don't need to do that, right? Okay. So, very interesting things. We're going to talk a little bit about Mercury Retrograde first before I get into your reading as well, because you need to know some things. Mercury Retrograde is about misunderstandings, miscommunication, restlessness. You might be jumping around to a bunch of ideas. So you may be feeling the effects of the lunar eclipse that we just had, where you might be feeling like you're pulled in a million places, or you just have so many ideas of things that you want to do. When we're in Mercury retrograde, we want to make sure that we don't jump to conclusions. That's really important. We want to make sure that we kind of wait on major decisions. It's not that you can't make major decisions. It's just really a month of planning is better. Because what can happen is if you make major decisions, quick major decisions like, let's get married. You know what I mean? Like you just met a person and you want to get married right away. It could turn into disappointment. You could backtrack a lot in the relationship, lots of redos. And then also we have where there's probably, because of the solar eclipse, there's probably going to be a large correction in the stock market, but it's going to be temporary. So those people who have money in the stock market, the best thing that we always do is we always just stay. Don't freak out. Don't pull your money out and create a panic. Because it's possible there's going to be a correction because of the energy and the planets. And so just be aware of that and take a deep breath, and whatever you do, try not to do major things like pulling all of your money out of the stock market because there was a correction and now you're like, oh, we're going to lose all of our money because of, in our Bitcoin and everything. Just don't do that. Just say, you know what, if I'm going to make any major decisions, it's going to be in the middle of July or the end of July. I'm just not going to do it right now, but I will make the decision. I'm just not going to do it right now. Because finances is a big thing with all of those planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Aquarius, all of those planets. Finances is really big for that. And finance is also really big when we're talking about the Mercury retrograde as well. We could spend too much, or we could plan for our future. So it's really whatever decision you're going to make. New moon solar eclipse is in Gemini on June 10th. That could bring on a correction around that area. But that right after that, though, Mars goes into Leo on June 11th, which is going to give everybody the courage to push forward to their goals. So even though we're going to be in Mercury retrograde, you are going to get this feeling of wanting to push it forward towards your goals. And that's fine. Just make sure that we're not starting a brand new business. It's good to start a business, but make sure we're in the planning stage and that you actually do the launch after the Mercury retrograde, which is July, the middle of July, okay? Now, June 12th, then we have Venus is very powerful, and then you're going to want to feel like going to parties and love and creativity and all of those things. And then June 13th, you're going to get more secrets revealed by the sun, because the sun is going to start shining bright and big in the solar system, so we're all going to get illuminated as well. So it's going to be a very, very powerful month. My job for you is to give you as much information as you can so that you can move through it. Please use the support of your friends. Maybe I'll even post a suicide hotline in case some of you guys need to talk to someone and you don't want to talk to your friends. Because it could, I'm not saying it's going to be that horrible, but it depends on your astrology and what you're going through in life and how many changes you're going to have. And so what I'm saying is the energy won't last forever. So for those of you who are feeling like you can't do this anymore or whatever, that could be a feeling, because whenever the energy is big and we're not understanding it, or we're not linking two and two together, then we could have that feeling. Some things that you want to remember for the Mercury retrograde is that you might be forgetful. It's going to pass. All of this is going to pass. You might have a hard time making up your mind about things. You might change your mind a lot, going back and forth. You might second guess yourself. You might have issues with your cell phone, your computer, your electronic devices. You might need to plan a little bit better for trips, road trips and car trips and plane trips. Just make sure you leave a lot earlier and a lot for more time. Like, don't leave at the last minute, because Mercury rules over communication and travel. So make sure that you are just giving yourself ample amount of time when you're driving. Try to get your car serviced before the retrogrades next time. And if you didn't do it, make sure you do it after the retrograde. Get your car serviced, get your cell phones and things like that repaired and stuff after the retrograde, unless you need it repaired right now. But just be aware that there could be a lot of back and forth with the repairs, and just let it go. Be what it is. Be very fluid through this time. It's not really a good time for making contracts. You can do it. You just have to look at all the details. You can't just go, okay, and sign it like you could at a non-retrograde time, or you have before at other times and everything was worked out, because you might not have all of the information to make a great deal. So that's why you don't really want to do contracts or promises or something like that during the retrograde. It's just because you may not have all of the information. You might want to buy something and think it's a great deal and then want to sign the contract, but then right after Mercury retrograde it goes on sale. So that's why you kind of want to wait. And so if you can wait, just say, hey, I'd love to do this with you. I think I'm just going to wait until the end of July. And I did that when I bought my house. So I found the house that I wanted during the retrograde. And I almost bought a house during the retrograde, but because I knew this, I was like, I don't know. And then I found out later that the house had a natural spring on it. And even the landscaper was like, I wouldn't have bought that house, which is really good because I ended up not buying that home because it was the retrograde. That's why I didn't buy it. And then I waited till right after into the shadow period. Then I found a house, and then we didn't actually sign the contract until the retrograde was completely over. So just so that you are aware of that, there are ways of working around it. And I was very clear with my realtor, I'm not buying a home during the retrograde. My realtor probably thought I was crazy because she didn't really know much about it, and I understand, but I know. And if you know, you can just be like, hey, if we can hold off on this, I'd like to. Now, if you've already been making plans for something for a really long time and the event happened in the retrograde, it's supposed to, and that's okay. So I have a lot of people who've been looking for jobs, and they're like, oh, am I not supposed to take a job right now? No, if you've been doing it well before, then yes, you totally can. If this is something that you've been doing for right before the retrograde and then it just popped up. Now, if a job pops up in the retrograde that you had not in your awareness, that could be a good thing because of the solar eclipse, but it might not be a good thing too. So be careful and make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's and check every detail and ask for more information. Don't just assume. Don't assume anything during the retrograde. Make sure you're very clear about your communication. Make sure you know all the details about the job. Make sure that you know everything and see if maybe you can't hold off on actually signing the contract until the shadow period at least. Those are some things to kind of look at. I'll put the link to the dates of the Mercury retrograde in the description box down below as well, so that you can click on that and you can see all of the dates for the Mercury retrograde so you can plan your life accordingly and just in a very good way. Okay, Leo, let's talk about what's happening specifically with your sign in the Mercury retrograde. Leo, let's talk about you first. You are very flamboyant, dramatic, proud, and passionate. And you focus in on the importance of self-beliefs. That is your sign. In the Mercury retrograde, we all are learning how to think, communicate, write, talk, and travel correctly. That's what we're focusing on. And for you, it is the 11th house, where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. So you're going to be wishing upon a star. Wish upon a star to find out who you are. Yeah, something like that. That's like an old song. It's funny, the songs that they give me. It's always like these 80s songs from when I was a kid. And a wish upon a dream. Leo, the 11th house is long-range plans and goals, future plans, networking, social and business interactions, friendships, collaborations, hopes, dreams, wishes, confident and strong on how to achieve your dreams and goals. So it's all about your dreams this month. You're going to be up in your head, dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. Dream, dream, dream. All right, so let's see. Leo, the oils that came up for you were Pettigrew and Steady. Also, the trapped emotions at the end of this video will be despair, living in your spleen at the age of 4, and despair in your stomach at the age of 7. We will be doing both of those separately because they are at different ages and different places. So we will have a meditation at the end to help you with those trapped emotions. Also, remember, you can come back as many times. If you're feeling like you're in despair, you can come back as many times as you need to. Listen to the meditation and release, release, release. Use the energy of the retrograde to help you release, 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 right? Okay, let's get started. Leo, let's figure out what is going on in your energy this month. And thank you so much for waiting for your video to come. I know some of you guys have texted me and you're like, where's the video? I like to do it in the month because if I do it more in May, then I'm going to get more May energy. I'd like to get more June and retrograded energy. I know the retrograde started on the 29th, but my son had a birthday on the 29th and I don't do anything on my children's birthday except for love them. So let's find out what's going on. And my husband's birthday too. I don't do anything on anybody's birthdays that's in my house. So let's See where you are energetically. I'm only accepting the highest and best truth for the Leo Collective's highest and best good, looking for the most accurate answers. Leo, thank you so much for the likes, the subscribes, the donations, all of those things. I'm super grateful for all of your support in the many different forms that it comes. Thank you. You've been amazing. I appreciate it. Man, you guys had one of the videos almost had like 2,000 views. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. You guys are amazing. I'm so appreciative of that. I tried to do your video actually a couple days ago. I did the whole video and forgot to record. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. And I forgot to record the whole thing. And I thought, you know what? That's the universe telling me not to do it yet because there's probably going to be a change or some sort of thing in the energy. So I just waited. So it's probably a good thing that I waited. And then I decided to do all the fire signs together. So here we are. All right. Okay. So Leo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, but it's beautiful energy crossing it. Yay. All right. We are definitely going to talk about this. Don't worry. I'll show you all the cards. I just like to lay them out so I can kind of see the big picture and then we will chat. Okay. Okay. So we have this. Good job. I love it, Leo. Oh, I always think that card's upside down when it's not. Okay. This is good. We got good stuff. And I'm not hearing to read anything upside down. So I only read them upside down when they tell me to. Because that's good. Lots of good stuff. Okay, this is beautiful. We have the overall energy, which is the Temperance, which means it's spiritually guided. You are going to be, your angels and spirit guides are going to be around you for the entire retrograde. Good job. That's good because we need that. Okay, they're telling me to have this card too. All right, and manifestation. So, Temperance and manifestation, beautiful cards. We're talking about heavenly guided manifestation. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me put your sign back up. All right. So, Leo, let's talk about where you're coming from. You put some stuff down. Good job. Yay. Use the energy to release and get rid of and move forward and not be a part of that stuff anymore. Yay. Good job. I know sometimes that's not fun to do, but I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy. I love to see the 10 of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards. It means you are done. Done with that. Nice. All right, where are we going? Yep, sounds like the family's home, so hopefully they're quiet enough. Anyway, so where are we going? The energy that's going to be in June is that we're going to be feeling a little bit left out, or we are going to be focusing in on how we've been leaving people out in the cold. So either or. Remember, energies can be reversed. Just make it fit your situation the way that it does, because there are a ton of Leos in the world and God plays those out in many different ways. So there's going to be some feeling of being left out somewhere. Either you are, or you're leaving people, or you had left people out. But what I'm hearing is, because it's crossed over with this energy, is we are having a gift. There's a gift coming in with this feeling left out or leaving people out in the cold. The universe is bringing you a gift to help you work on this. This feeling that either you have or the feeling that we have made with other people. Okay, so this karmic situation of it could also be the chaser runner type of situation. This karmic situation, the universe is bringing in some gifts to heal this stuff. Okay, so it could also be that you're going to be giving yourself now. Maybe you're not going to be leaving people out in the cold anymore. Maybe you're going to be actually giving yourself again and opening up. That could be also the way you could read that. That's another message that I'm hearing. I'm hearing that your question is, okay, so we had reviewed our life and we had put stuff down. I think you're still questioning that a little bit. Like, did I do what I needed to do? Did I see things in a new light? This is the hopes and dreams. So these two cards together is saying, when I let that go and I took what I needed with me and I went forward in this new direction, in this different way, and I tried really hard to do things differently, did I make a good choice on that? Like, am I really seeing things differently? Did I really change? Because sometimes we think, are we an illusion? Do we think that we kind of changed? Or did I really, really change? Did I really, really move the karmic mountains? You know, and I think that's what you're asking. Like, am I now different? Am I really new and different? So what I'm hearing is like, oh my gosh, this whole month is going to be spiritually guided for you. This whole month there's lots of hands of the angels in your life. So it's almost like everything that you're going to go through is going to be heavenly guided, heavenly projected, heavenly planned out. So yes, this is all part of the plan. This is it. You're moving in the right direction, because I didn't get like a devil card that said no. You know, I got a card that said, this is God. I got a card that said, it's almost like, yeah, you know, you're learning to be more like your God self. You're learning to be more intuitive. You're learning to trust yourself a little bit more. You're learning to let go of the things that made you feel really bad about yourself. It's saying that this is they're bringing in the energy of you becoming more enlightened, you becoming more awakened, you becoming more of your spiritual self. You know, because we have this spiritual manifestation going on right here. So you have 1, 2, 3 spiritual cards. Like that's 3 cards of God being involved in the manifestations in your life right now. Like, you can make decisions and you can do all these things, but this is something that you and God said that at this point in your life, God was going to step in, and God was going to, you were going to bring more of your God self forward, I guess is what I'm hearing. So that's very cool, and that's very interesting. The Knight of Pentacles is, you're going to be in the energy of succeeding. You're going to feel very loyal, very dependable. You're going to want to protect people. You're going to want to create security for people. You're going to be very genuine in the way you approach people. You're planning also at the same time. It's a very steady, committed, consistent energy. It's, you know, it's like you're going for the long haul. You're going for the long term, right? And this one too is consistent money approval. So it's like, instead of like a windfall of money, it's like consistently money is coming in the way that it needs to come in for you, so that you can make the decisions in a higher self and a higher spiritual level. You're getting everything that you need, okay? The people around you are the Page of Wands, which is more of a planning stage. So the people around you, there is, but it is also good news, lots of good news coming in for them. Maybe you're going to want to be communicating with people around you. Maybe you're bringing good news to them. You're building trust, though, with these people and this person or whichever. And so, you know, there could be people around you getting job offers, so make sure they check the details. Lots of people getting jobs this month. Lots of people getting jobs this month. I think pretty much every reading I've done has been people are getting jobs. So that's going to be, our economy is going to start moving upwards. It's going to be great. So they're going to be wanting to write maybe to you, or have reminiscing chats with you. They're going to want to express themselves with you. This is a very good open card. Also, this wand, this page is looking at the wand and admiring it, or maybe wanting to make plans with it. But he's wearing yellow, and yellow is really happy, and he's on a very firm foundation. So it means that if you have conversations with people, they're in a good spot. So you should be able to get the outcome that you're looking for with your conversations, okay? Now, the overall energy, like at the end of the month, early July, is going to be the Emperor. And the Emperor is a very strong card. It's so the Empress is the divine feminine. This is divine masculine. So you might be have a divine masculine coming into your life, or you might be the divine masculine. You might be leveling up to the divine masculine energy, which is really good. And what I'm hearing is you're going to feel amazing. So whatever you're going to go through, and this almost feels like a Gemini reading, which is really crazy, because the energy feels so good spiritually, and so good like through the awakening process. It just feels like a very exciting time for Leo. Very exciting time. So we're talking about strength. This is a very strong card, and this is happiness. So even like this is even happier than the Ten of Cups. A lot of people say. So just kind of know that. I mean, there's so much yellow, so much yellow. Like I think the Ten of Cups is more like everything going your way, and it's beautiful. But this is emotional happiness. This is an emotional lottery. You know, I mean, he's sitting with all these cups on the table. It's just, he's just content. He's happy type of thing. It's really good. And Justice is, this could be a divorce happening for you, going in your favor, going in your way. This could be a sale of your home going in your way, any kind of contractual agreement. Definitely by July will be all solidified and all ready, all done, all beautiful. This could be you getting what you want legally in any way, shape, or form. This is also the card of a Libra. So it could be a Libra energy, which is very balanced and very like just get in the legal terms, everything's wonderful. So that's really good, because I don't generally tell people to sign any contracts or anything during the Mercury retrograde, but what they're saying is as July comes, that it's all going to work out in your favor. So it's going to be really good. Now we have at 3 to 6 months from now, we have that you're going to be in a really good place. Really good place financially, socially, relationship wise, emotional, inside of yourself. You're going to be in a really good place. It's all of those wands, all of those things in your life are going to be set up in such a beautiful way. And then you have the King of Wands, which is a very honorable way of living life now, opposed to maybe some things that you've done in the past. Very business oriented, very cultured, lots of communication. And Gemini had the same thing, where it's like you're going to be communicating for months with this, whatever you're doing, that's going to last over months and months and months. It's not something that's just going to come in and fly by night and be gone. So if you're talking about a person, which you could pull some cards in a second to see person wise, if you're talking with a person, it's going to last a while. Okay. The King of Wands is also very self-aware. He's very open. He expresses himself very well. There's no gender to the card, so this means that if you're a woman, you can have the same kind of feeling. Same thing with the Emperor. You can still feel like an emperor even though you're a woman. That's okay. This person feels very free-spirited, very beautiful, and you're going to be done with old karma. So our old karmic situations that were lasting forever and didn't seem like they were ever going to repair themselves, these karmic situations are going to be done. That's the way, I mean, we're living in 5D energy now on the planet. So as long as you're vibrating in that 5D energy, that old 3D karmic situation stuff is leaving. It's going to be gone. And we're going to have new relationships with everybody. And I love that. It's like we don't have to hold on to the past. We don't have to keep punishing ourselves anymore for things that didn't work out the way that we wanted them to. We can just live a more beautiful, functionable, lovely life, and the life that you've always wanted to live. You know, with whatever situation held you back, it's like you're not going to have to worry about that one anymore. Okay, so all right, so this person, if you have a person coming in that you're going to have reminiscing chats with, this is what they're saying. I want to tell you how I feel. So they may not tell you in the beginning. It may be a very slow-moving commitment, a slow-moving relationship, slow-moving talks, but it's going to be genuine and it's going to be real, okay? It's going to be down to earth and very real. It's not going to be like flighty or something like that. Okay, so we need to let each other go. So what I'm feeling with that one really strongly is not that you're letting each other go now. We're letting the 3D version of ourselves go. We need to let that go. We need to let go whatever we've been holding on that's making this relationship not move forward. We need to let go of our 3D, our three-dimensional selves, the older energy, the things that kept us apart from each other. We need to be done with that. So there was a point in my life, it's very, very interesting that they're bringing this up for me. There's a point in my life when I was healing my actual relationship with my husband. And one of the things that I did is not only did I forgive my husband for the past, for some things that have happened, I also let his 3D self go. I said, I'm no longer attached to your 3D self. I'm no longer attached to the old you. The old you hurt me so badly that if I allow that old person to come into our existence now, we will never have a relationship. I will never be able to let go the things that you have done to me. Instead, I said, I'm now letting you go. What I actually wrote was, I am divorcing the person I married, or I am divorcing the person that hurt me. I'm not allowing that person to move forward, and I'm now marrying the new person that you're showing me. I'm not going to see you as who you were. I'm going to see you as who you are. And that's really, really powerful to do for anybody who's been married a long time. I've been married almost 24 years. I cannot move forward with the young person that he was very hurtful in the relationship. So I need to move forward with the man that, so I guess like this. I'm not moving forward with the boy that you were. I'm moving forward with the man that you are. Okay? And that's a very, very mature, beautiful way of looking at relationships. It's time for me to heal now. So this person would be coming into your existence, or you're going into their existence, because it's time for you guys to heal. We have to heal and let those old energies go. We have to do that. We have to let the boy or the girl go. And what we held against those people all these years, we've got to say, you're now a man, you're now a woman, you've lived life experiences, so have I. So we can now talk on a different level. We can now unite in a different way. Okay. And this says, I wish I had treated you better. So, and I feel like that on both parties, on both situations, I feel like both of you guys feel like you should have treated each other better. There was, on both instances, you both contributed to some very hurtful things for each other. And I really feel like it's going to, what's it called? Resolve. I was like, evolve, not evolve. Well, I guess it would evolve as well. And that's what they told me. But I was like, evolve doesn't make sense, but it does. You want your relationship to evolve into something new, into something different. And you want to dissolve the things that no longer work, okay? That the things that did not work for you, the things that kept you guys apart. So for those of you who are in a relationship, and it could be any kind of relationship. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be anything. It could be mother-daughter, father-son. Okay, so this says, I cannot handle any more heartbreak. They're tired of living in this heartbreak of this relationship. This relationship isn't going anywhere. I think they thought, or you thought, that eventually you guys wouldn't think about each other. But that's not what happened. It's like, man, you guys are now here in this lifetime, or in this year, and you're still thinking about each other. That's crazy. So give in for my touch, for my taste, for my lust. So they're really lustful for you. Maybe both parties are. And maybe they're trying to hold that back so that they could have a friendship with you first. And maybe one day that will move into something more lustful. But there definitely is a desire. And they're saying that you are worth fighting for. Very beautiful cards. I love it very much. Let's move into your oils. Your oils that you have this month are Petitgrain. I do not have it here because my children are using it. But Petitgrain is an oil for the generational curses, generational things living inside of your DNA that we've carried forth from our ancestors. It's for ancestral healing. It's for when you brought forth into this lifetime stuff from the past, from your old DNA, from your old lifetimes, or also from the lifetimes of the people that came before you. So when we continue to do abuse the way that our parents did, if we don't break the cycle, we are continuing the cycle of abuse, the ancestral line of abuse. So the abuse in my family goes back generations from generations. I'm the one who broke it. So Petitgrain would be a great oil for me to use to continue to break that curse, to continue to break the generational things that we've brought forward. Put it in that way. Okay, so that was the first one that came up for you. The second one that came up for you is Steady, which I do have. Steady is in the, no, that's Stronger. Do I not have Steady? I guess I don't. My kids have it. So Steady is in a roller bottle, and it is more like Balance. So you could do Balance as well. That would be just as good as 2. Remember, there's a link in the description box down below for doTERRA essential oils, because that's all I use. I don't use any other company because doTERRA is 100% pure. There's nothing in it. You're getting exactly essential oils, unless it is diluted down with fractionated coconut oil for easier use in a roller bottle, okay? Anyway, you can get a $35 membership. It's one-time fee, $35, that you can get the membership for the entire year. You get 25% off everything that you buy all year long. Very amazing. Next year, it's only $25, but you get a free peppermint, and peppermint is about $25, so it's a wash, okay? So that's that. If you want to waive the $35 membership fee, then you can get a kit like I did, where I got a bunch of oils that I could play with. You can add Steady, and you can add Petitgrain to your order. You'll get those in 3 to 5 business days. It'll be in your mailbox, okay? So that is all. I don't buy it off of Amazon because doTERRA is not on Amazon, which means if you buy it off of Amazon, you could be buying off of a fake. Don't do that. Just buy it straight from the company. You can get 25% off plus rewards and all kinds of cool stuff if you buy it from the company. Don't jump to Amazon to do that. There's specifically reason why I didn't put an Amazon link. I put a doTERRA link on purpose. Okay, now let's look at your crystal and then we'll do your trapped emotions. All right, and then I'm gonna have to stop the videos for today because I have kids home now and I'd like to share my time with my family. I normally do these earlier in the morning. Okay, but I had to do my Mercury Retrograde releasing stuff earlier in the morning. Came up for me. There's no way I could do a reading while I was doing that. All right, so what's coming up for you is release your emotional baggage. I don't even know this crystal, but it seems pretty awesome. It's Aragonite. I don't know if I said that right, but hopefully you can see it. Let's see. Okay, that's your crystal. And let's do the trapped emotions release. So sit back. We're going to invite Archangel Michael in, and we're going to be working on despair today. We have despair in our spleen and despair in our stomach. So we're going to start with despair in our spleen at the age of 4. I'm asking Archangel Michael, your angels, your spirit guide, your higher self, and your inner child to please step in and help us with releasing these trapped emotions today. So I want you to find a comfortable place, a place where you can lay down or sit up straight. And I want you to breathe in and breathe out. We're centering ourselves. Breathe in, breathe out. And I want you to imagine your spleen. And if you don't know what it looks like, just make it up. Imagine your spleen. And inside your spleen, there's some despair that's been there since you were 4 years old. And we're going to ask Archangel Michael to please release that and turn that into light energy for us. Ready? Breathe in. And breathe out the despair. Ready? Go. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Very good. Archangel Michael, we ask to release this despair that's been living in our liver since we were 4 years old. We don't need it anymore. It's caused a lot of problems in our life that we've been holding on to this for so long, and we're so thankful that we can let it go today. And we promise that we'll come back to this recording as many times as we need to before we have conversations with people where we might feel like we're a little sensitive. We can come back to it every day and release despair if we wanted to. And so we're thankful for this opportunity. The next one that we're going to release is despair inside of our stomach. So go ahead and imagine your small intestines, your large intestines, your stomach, all of that area covered in despair. And that's been there since we were 7 years old. So we're going to ask Archangel Michael, when we breathe this in and out, that you go ahead and release this out of our body. We're ready to let it go. Ready? Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. And we want to thank you, Archangel Michael, and thank you, my angels and my spirit guides, my loved ones in spirit, and my inner self and my higher self, my inner child and my higher self. We want to thank you so much for being here and allowing us the opportunity to release these today. And we're so very grateful. Very good, Leo. Thank you so much for coming to this reading today. I look forward to doing more readings for you. If you like this video or you're entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified as soon as I post something new. Love you guys, and thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.